probably been about 5 years since I've hunted turkeys more than one time in a year, and this might be the year to break that streak. The season actually opened yesterday, but due to weather conditions, I decided to postpone my personal opener until today. Off to quite the start here. Sat in the dark for 45 minutes. Heard one car pull in. And then the guys just walked right over to where I was, and like as soon as they got 100 yards from me, a bird gobbled. But a bunch of other ones started firing off over here. So I gave those guys the slip. And it's definitely later than I want to be setting up, but I'm going to try to get set up on this inside corner down here. Snuck in and I blew my big opportunity for the year at 3.5 yards. There was a little bit more yelping and a couple of gobbles, but this wind just keeps picking up. Old Dirk and Tatiana are really starting to wobble out there, and I don't think in a good way. The blind's starting to shake around on this frozen, half-melted snow, so I don't know what exactly spooked that guy. I heard him drum, and by the time I seen him, he was not full strut anymore, so. And I'm freezing, so I'm probably just going to pack it up for today. Pretty good start. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see him till he was about 3.5 yards, so. I don't know. Not bad, I guess. Still kind of wish I would have just shot him. Heading back out for a quick evening sit for a couple hours. I think our first season ends on Friday. The second season starts Saturday, and the weather's supposed to be a lot nicer this weekend and next week, so I kind of feel like I might want to try to take advantage of this little less than ideal weather. I'm thinking that maybe a few less guys bought first season tags and are going to be out trying to blast them in the face. Well, fudge. It's about 6:30. I don't know, hour and a half till sunset. Just had a tom kind of loop by at 40 or 50 just along the creek bottom. I don't know, I gave him some yelps and he really wasn't too excited. Gave him a little more excited yelps and he really didn't care for that. I don't know. I was expecting him to come more from the left, and he came from the right. So I'm up on this little high spot. I don't know, I'm sure he didn't really see the decoys at all. was kind of starting to pack my stuff up. I heard something walking. I looked and there's 2 toms heading my way. Kind of the same deal. They were heading right towards my decoys, and then they get a few yards from them and kind of started. They weren't coming. They weren't coming any closer. So it was pretty thick, but I slung a shot and hit him high. So took a couple feathers off. Is about it. It looked like. And then of course they just walked over this little knob I'm on finger and flew up in the trees. So they're roosted 60 yards from me. Probably not going to be roosted there for long. No way I can get out of here without bumping them birds. Probably should have just killed him. Crap. I mean, dang, I know it was high, but besides the broadhead full of dirt, there ain't like a schmear, a feather, nothing. Dang. I'm telling you right now, shooting at turkeys was never my strong point. In fact, I'm pretty well just awful at it. But both them birds hung out where that bird walked by this earlier. And I seen what tree they were roosted in. And I got my fancy arrow back. So I guess I'll come back and kill one of them suckers in a couple of days. Pulled up to the spot and there's already 2 trucks at my hot spot. So the pressure's already coming. Son of a badge. As far as I knew, well, as far as I could tell, 2 mornings ago, the birds were roosted. It's time to get set up. It's about an hour and a half after sunrise. Kind of would have liked to get out in this marsh this morning, but they started gobbling, so I just hurried to put my blind up. So I didn't end up seeing a tom out in that marsh and got in a pissing match with a hen. He ended up coming into the timber here a little bit, I don't know, 30 yards or so, but I think there was a jake with him. But I don't know, they've shut up since, so. I wasn't set up in the middle of the dang brush pile. Well, they're getting closer. I'm just afraid I'm in too thick of a brush pile. try to just miss 2 more times. The last one was a Hail Mary. Let's go see. Well, this one at least has a feather and a little bit of a smear on it. Boy. Not really doing any better here. That sucker was 5 freaking yards. Jesus Christ, me say. Well, I guess it was fun anyway.
This is day 4 turkey hunting out of 5, which is pretty good. Seems that I haven't hunted twice in 2 years, probably, for turkeys. So I'm really getting after it this week. Stopping to get some supplies here. Probably get some drinks and maybe a muffin or something here at the Quick Star. And gonna meet Mr. Fink. Old J Money is gonna tag along today. He thinks he might be able to help me walk me through killing one of these birds. So we'll see. I'm thinking he's got his hands full. So hopefully they don't Tokyo drift on the decoys again today if we can get on some.
We're here with the professional Justin Fink. We're gonna go find some birds. Probably double up. Don't miss today. Jeez, big confidence boost. Picked up, did a little running and gunning. Justin's pretty sure he's heard a gobble. I have not, so we're just hurrying up. Throwing up the stuff. See if we can call him in. He definitely, Justin says he's closer. If he says he's closer, I'm just gonna take his word for it. Justin's going nuts because the bird is gobbling and not coming any closer. We're getting to that, start peeking out the top of the blind stage and all that stuff. Desperate. Yeah, getting a little desperate. He just keeps gobbling in the same spot. Which is pretty sure where he was this morning also. He's just hunkered down, just wearing a dirt track in the old woods, gobbling. Just doing turkey stuff. Had a hen come in, seen a tom hen, and we decided that Justin's looking forward to picking up a good deal on some new truck tires.
No, I gotta get some wood. TJ's got a tree down
right,
his
no.
yard. Gotta pick up some wood today.
Topic of discussion was Justin getting new truck tires. We need to go now though, because Justin needs to go pick up some firewood. We're gonna go walk out the swamp now. It's the evening of April 19th. I'm out here with TJ the Sluick, and he's out for just some spectating, get his fill of turkey season for a few years more. But we're here where Justin and me were sitting yesterday, seeing that hen. And right once we got set up, we heard some calls. We're pretty confident it was a man. And now we're real sure because he was just talking a minute ago loudly. So the hot spot is looking maybe lukewarm at best. We're into the second week here in Iowa turkey season. So last week was pretty good, kind of tapered off the last couple of times. And now today it is hot. It's set up for the evening hunt here, right where I missed that bird. Well, I missed that bird just up the hill a little bit. So got the decoys here set up. Got some new decoys, some new avian Xers. Jake and a hen. So got those set up right where I'd seen those 3 toms cross through, and the 2 flew up to roost from right where I'm set up. So if they're still around, hopefully they'll come back to this snazzy roost tree I'm sitting underneath. So well, it ain't looking good here on the 22nd at the hotspot roost tree. Heard a few gobbles an hour ago, so far away that I couldn't even tell where they were. So pretty much sunset. So I'll give it another 10-15 minutes here just to make sure, but looking like it's gonna be another day maybe. God dang it. I was actually looking out the top of my blind, trying to kind of clear the perimeter. I'd heard a couple birds fly out. I was trying to see where they might have been roosted at. And I seen a white head just come walking through the brush here. I mean, I don't know how to tell you. Well, you can tell it is on the video, but I shot him quartered away. Looked like it ran right up into him pretty good. He went and I don't know, he went 20 yards, 25 yards and laid down. Since it was almost dark, I thought, well, shit, I better go make a move on him. He laid down. Might have to shoot him again or something. I got out and he started running, headed towards the creek bank. I started running. You can't keep up with turkeys. He started flying, pitched up over the creek. I tried to get through it. So now I have no idea where this bird went. He does have that bright fletching sticking in him, so I was probably going to come back tomorrow anyway, but it looks like I for sure am going to be back tomorrow. At least do some looking around in the brush here. I don't know how I'm going to find the guy. Apparently I should have just let him lay there. I was kind of trying to rush it. Son of a gun. I don't know. I'd say my chances of finding him are slim to 0 at this point.
Well, it's April 23rd. Been jamming to Billie Eilish on the way over here. It's a little after 8. Did the walk of shame last night. Hit the snooze button a couple of times this morning. So I guess it's time to get back out here and see if we can't find this tom from last night. I think I'm going to go back to where I was sitting last night, see if I can get any feathers or anything where he had flown across the creek, see if I can get like a direct line on him. Then I'll probably just mark that line of travel on Onyx, cross the creek, and then I'm just gonna turn on the tracker and just start walking all the edges and see if I can't glass him up, or hopefully glass up my arrow sticking out of him this morning here. So that's the plan. I have no idea how good it's gonna go, but we'll go give it a couple hours this morning and see if I can turn something up. I guess that's where we're at in the game right now.
This is what we're dealing with. It's thick. I don't know. I'll make just a couple quick passes through here. Move on with the plan, I guess. So apparently I was wasting my time where I was looking at originally. I'm back to roughly, I found as close as I could get to where that bird flew across. And this red line is just marking the direction I believe he flew. And as you can see, where I've been walking, it's not on that line. So I guess we're going to take a little poke over there where this line is pointing and see if we can't turn them up there. Well, we got a gobbler down. I've been walking for a couple hours, better part of a couple hours, pushing 2 miles. I'd found some feathers just back over here. So I was looking around over there, not finding nothing. Come back and I was just sitting on the hill right behind me here, just kind of looking at my track on Onyx, seeing where I had not gone, and come by this tree to get in the shade to see my phone, and all I could figure was to maybe zigzag back through this brush a couple of times. I'd walked through it on a couple of deer trails, but figured, well, maybe he's just laid up in the middle somewhere. And I turn around, and from the tree you can see the bugger laying in the brush. Not sure if we'll be able to see him on the camera, but he's laying right in there. He's right there. I can see him. He's got a bird gobbling back behind me. But yeah, I'd walked this edge, so I was within 10-12 yards of him. I walked a different deer trail, and yeah, he's not too far from where I seen him fly. But criminy sakes, it's tough finding these buggers and this stuff. So either way, there he is. Can't believe I found him. I was pretty much just figuring out whether or not I was okay with quitting yet, so hot damn. Well, went back, got the bow, kind of got him displayed out as nice as I can get him here. Can't believe I found him. Maybe it was the lucky bow hunting gnome meat eater t-shirt. I have no idea. It was some dumb luck for sure. But I know last week I'd missed a couple of birds, and Colton Gilman said that it was my decoys were spooking him, so he sent me some avian Xers to try, which I took out last night for the first time. And I think he was probably right about that. This guy did not seem to mind them nearly as much. He also said last week when I missed a couple that it was just a matter of time, and that even a blind hog finds a feathered acorn once in a while.